The Tame dog is easier than its term. Hello, I'm Bkoji. Now I know started with a shocking claim, but it's really true. How are your snowboarding skills? At the very least, the Tame dog is definitely easier than doing a 360. For a beginner, there's something too difficult to learn in a day, but in practice many people have learned the Tame dog in one day. As an example, when I went snowboarding with 6 people, it was a powder day, so they were practicing the Tame dog after me, and the beginner was watching. The beginner ended up being able to stand by himself, using only heel side and sideways at the end. However, he could not do this turn in a day. He was very acrobatic or even very sporty. The key is crashing into the powder and getting rid of your fear. Then anyone can do it. How long did it take to learn this turn? Talented people take 1 or 2 days. Maybe some of you can't do it yet. You can learn Tame dog even quicker than its turn. Of course, there's something to be careful of. Make sure to do exactly as this video says in order to get it 100%. Make sure to follow step 1 to step 5, or you may learn it weird or get hurt. Then you'll never be able to do it. I've taught over 200 people in the past, and can say this is a fact as long as you learn it right. Tame dog is safe and easy to learn. It's easy but cool as hell. Now I'll get into how to learn the Tame dog. Step 1. The table whip. First, practice this without a ball. Use a friend or table and roll like this. It's important to stabilize your center of gravity. Make sure not to put your hands down weird, and remember you aren't rolling forward. Don't be scared of your feet being above you. Once you've got the hang of it, time for step 2. Rolling the boat. This is where we find it, but don't slide yet. Put the boat on and make sure you can shift your weight to the tip of the boat. This is harder than it looks. It's easy to shift elsewhere, like your heels or toes. Make sure to put your center of gravity in the middle of the boat. That way when you land towards the front you spin. Do this multiple times so you get the hang of shifting your weight to the tip, no matter how many times you try. Now for step 3. Flipping slowly. This is where we start to slide, so it's important to find some space. For 3D and vertical flips, the most important factor is find the right place. Make sure you really find a suitable one. If possible, look for somewhere fluffy. If there's nowhere good, it's best not to try. Best is to find a place with a ramp and a fluffy landing spot. In the case of Tame dog, it's good if there's a bump as well. Now there's a spot, we finally spin. Make sure to start slowly. First, like in step 1, put your back on the bump. Make sure you can jump on the same course. There's one big mistake I see a lot. The front roll look-alike. There are 2 main reasons why this mistake happens. The first is bad habits. How did you jump normally on the land? The way that everyone does it is, they move center of gravity from their heels to their toes. Many people try to do the same thing during a front flip. However, in the case of Tame dog, this is not good. Imagine doing a cartwheel. Spin without changing the direction your body is facing. I don't ever alter my center of gravity from heel to toes after my speed adjusting turns. The second reason it becomes a front roll is unfair. Those who've tried probably understand, but it really is scary. You know you aren't going to hurt yourself even if you flip head first. When you try it, your body stops listening to what you tell it to do. If you are able to stand by previous flip by chance, it's good to get rid of that habit. It's alright to begin by using your arms and imagine a cartwheel. Make sure you can get the cartwheel down first. Now for step 2, gradually give it all. If you can do this, you are practically there. There are many who can stand on a step 3, so long as there's somewhere to fall. If there's not enough spin, make sure to increase it little by little. Move your center of gravity, swing your hands and arms, even your head. Once in mid-air, become as small as possible. This will help with your landing, as long as there's enough overhaul. If you really can't land, try raising the lip like so. There's a lie that many people tell.
When you see the land, widen your stance and land.
Think of this as a lie. There's only blink of time. It's impossible for beginners to see the ground and land. The only way to get it right is practice and understand what it should feel like. If you are not spinning enough, increase your rotation speed. If you spin too much, change your stance earlier. Just your timing in that way. After that, you'll be able to see the ground when using a ramp, for example. Lastly, step 5. Don't fly, jump. Basically, instead of letting the landscape control your jump, you have to also use your own body to do so. Until now, you've learned how to do it with drop, but you want to learn how to do it anywhere, right? That's why this step is important. So you can do it as long as there is a little gap. When change the center of gravity from tail to nose, lower your center of gravity as well. How much? You bend your knee like when you give it your highest breath jump. Also, the idea of jumping from your left foot is wrong. You should think there is another leg on your left side on your body, on jumping on it. Whether you are being made to jump or actually doing so, you can determine by watching the waist and seeing if it is moving upwards or not. If you want to do Tame dog on a flatter surface, it's hard to do it with the feeling of falling. You need to actually jump upwards and create your own space. However, that's for the future. Anyone who's never tried, please forget this step 5. At the beginning, I said,
The Tame dog is easier than instant.
this means even a beginner can do it. That's why for beginner who doesn't have much control over the board, jumping as a chip and lifting your waist is impossible. However, step 5 will be helpful in the future. So please forgive me if I'm honest. Picking the right place and having the courage is enough to pull off the Tame dog. It took me 2 years to understand the meaning of it after succeeding Tame dog for the first time. 2 years! Guys, during the period I was able to put it off on the ramp, so it was easy. But now I know. The Tame dog I used to do was just physics and the landscape. I never actually jumped up, thanks to ramp and drop. Then I was able to pull it off. That's why your first goal should be landing in powder. Once you succeed, then focus jumping upwards without falling. You achieve new height and look better. And gain time to look at the camera and things. But remember, this is difficult. For myself, there is no one to teach me. And it was very difficult to grasp the timing. Once you do it, really lifts you a lot. And you realize how different it was from before. Once you can do the Tame dog, you can slide anywhere on any board without really being nervous. Backflips are still a bit nervous-wracking though. Last of the last, for those who have the well, this is something you can do before visiting the slope at home. Step 0! Carve. It's easier if I show you. So this is it. What do you think? Maybe you thought it looks easy, and at first I thought the same. But let me tell you this. Nope! People who can do it on the snow on the first try are very rare. Honestly, it's harder than the Tame dog.
Then why were we doing it?
You may ask. It's super important. You don't actually need to be able to complete the cartwheel. If you practice the moment up at this point, you already understand the sideways movement that needed for the Tame dog. The feeling of spinning from the very tip of the board will come naturally through this exercise. I actually had a guard practice this while waiting on friends. The conditions of the slope were perfect. There's a bump, height, the landing powder. So even if you fell face first, you'd be fine.
Let's try what we just practiced.
I told Anne how to try. And also the landings was perfect. She was able to flip and land both fast. And it was only her first year of snowboarding. Of course, she wasn't able to do the cartwheel completely. She was able to put her left hand on the ground and lift herself about 30 centimeters. Land on both hands. That's why the cartwheel is so important. And if you try it, you will understand how difficult it is to do. Many people can't even lift their board off the ground or even put their hand on the ground. If you were to try something easier, I suggest practicing this on the mat or grass. Somewhere less slippery, which makes it a lot easier. If you are serious about getting a Tame dog in a day, I suggest working on this first. Practicing on the artificial grass on the side of the slopes. And if you get to a point where you are able to lift the board even a bit, you are good to go. Overcome your fear and dive straight into the powder. The good part about the Tame dog is that it's super cool even if you fail.
Wow! Did that person just make a flip?
Even from beginner, it's super impressive. And practicing is fun. What else in this world is better? Just do the right place and the time, and anyone can do it. There's no risk if you fail, and if you don't succeed, you are one in 1,000. Is there any reason not to do it, guys? I have to say, I can only think too. One is of course that you are diving into powder, so it's a bit of hassle and snow gets into your clothes. The second is your board getting scratched. Really, that's all I can think of. Just make sure you zip up your coat properly, put up your hood, and practicing with a cheaper board or rental. First, instead of something expensive. Please learn from my broken $1,000 board. It broke my heart. Let's wrap it up. In one winter season, there are only few days with a lot of powder. What do you think?
Oh, this snow is awesome!
Right? Some of those days instead of just sliding. If you wanna do something cooler, I suggest try when you find a band. Bring your friends and do Tame dog together. If they're scared, show them this video on the left and tell them that anyone can do it. Let's bury ourselves in the powder and have fun snowboarding. People who won't push yourselves should make their own ramp and practice a Tame dog. And of course, there's that time you waiting for friends, right? You can take a break too. But if it's more than 30 seconds,
It's Carve time!
it's a waste if you just wait standing. If you practice a carve, you're also able to do the hand plant rodeo with a less practice. Okay, and one last, the Tame dog can be pulled off even if you can do the S10. So anyone who do the S10 should be able to do the Tame dog. That's it for my Tame dog lesson. I got a sidetrack a bit. The video is pretty solid length. Thank you for watching this. Try it next part of the day. Have a nice Tame dog life. Goodbye.